Hello everybody, it's Sephiroth4 for another weekly update. So a few things today. First of all, Super Metroid. Good start, Dovey. Metroid Samus Returns finished last week. So the series that game is done. Did everything, got all the goodies that I wanted out of it, and I really enjoyed it. It was a good game. I think a lot more people should have played it. I don't know how well it's sold, but I feel like it's, I'm shaking my phone because I'm trying to get, Adventure Sync miles for Pokemon Go to hatch eggs, so I'm sorry if this is distracting, but it's keeping my mind working right now. Distracting me a little bit too, so I apologize. I'll try to do it over here so you don't see it. So Samus Returns finished. I feel like that game didn't get as much fanfare as it should have. I think it was a very well made game, and if you want to check out the series now that it's done, playlist is on my channel. This week, if I upload videos, it's going to be Oxenfree and Mario Sunshine. Definitely not recording anything new. Probably not going to start any new projects till mid-December at best. We'll talk about why in a moment. Let's see. First of all, happy Thanksgiving coming up this Thursday for Americans. You Canadians already got your Thanksgiving, you lucky ducks, you. But it's American Thanksgiving this Thursday, so hope you all have a good time with it. I do want to, thank you all for just being you, sticking around, doing your thing. I do that at the end of every weekly update, but I really am thankful and grateful for the people and friends that I've met all these years, after all these years. I do not deserve you. And I'm just very grateful that you stick around. So thank you. I'm eternally grateful for everything that everybody has done for me. Just here and everywhere. So yeah, I hope that you guys have a fantastic holiday. Even if you're not celebrating, I hope you have a fantastic week for that. So for important things that happened this past week. A friend of mine actually, for an early birthday Hanukkah, my birthday is next Friday, the 4th. For those of you who are new here and don't know that the 1204 is 12/4, December 4th, and not April 12th, holy. But yeah, a friend of mine got me a PlayStation 5 for my birthday, which I was very surprised by. So I've been enjoying it a bunch, playing Astro's Playroom, which is very much like all the good parts of Nintendo Land. I know it's more of like a Mario Galaxy Odyssey style platformer, but it just feels like Nintendo Land because it's references to past PlayStation things. It's like a PlayStation walkthrough history while also being a demo for the PS5 and specifically the DualSense controller. But yeah, that's the thingy over there. It's very big. It's very, very big. But the controller is very cool. Its battery life is awful, but the controller is cool. So yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm not talking about it to brag. I'm talking about it so that I can thank my friend because, I don't think that I particularly deserve any gifts that people give me, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to thank the people for giving me things, because that's rude. And they deserve to have their praise shouted to the heavens, because people are awesome. So yeah, that's the thing one that happened this week. Thing two was I had an appointment. I talked about this last week. I was supposed to have a PET scan to see where my just make sure everything is okay cancer-wise. That got pushed off to December 3rd, so next Thursday. For whatever reason, my doctor wasn't available. But I did still go to my back doctor at the hospital as well, and get more x-rays on my back. If you don't know, I have rods and screws in my back. From the very, very beginning of my cancer treatment, I had to get a tumor removed from my spine. So they had to scoop out a bunch of my spine, remove a few things, and take some rods and screws and attach everything together and try to fuse the bone together, do a spinal fusion. Over the years, we couldn't do anything about it when I was still getting like heavy chemo, because that was the priority, and just making sure the cancer was gone. But once I was done with that, we started working on, okay, so how'd the back thing work out? And it turns out it didn't. The spinal fusion didn't take, and we knew that at some point it would have to be redone. I would have to get the back surgery again, and I wouldn't have to have anything removed like it did last time, but I would have to have the rods and screws replaced. So we went on Thursday to the spinal doctor and got x-rays, and it shows that the stuff is coming loose. So we think that's the main cause of why I've been in such agony the past few weeks, is that it's starting to come looser. It's been loose for years, and I've been in pain constantly for years from my back. I've talked about this before. It's been pretty debilitating, but I lived with it. But it's starting to become unlivable at this point. Past few weeks, I'm able to do maybe 1 or 2 hours of work that requires being in a chair, and then I have to lay in bed for the rest of the day. I can't do, my phone's about to make a noise. I can't do, I talked about in past weeks, having a specific set of things like work, YouTube videos, art, and streams as like the things that, time-wise and energy-wise. So a few weeks ago, it was working out that I could, the stream thing wasn't working, but the drawings were. But at this point, I only have enough energy for the work in the morning and barely for the YouTube videos. I started moving my recording to like 1 a.m. when, like, right before I go to sleep, when I'm rested from resting all day. Which is why the past bunch of videos you might have noticed are just sound low energy at times. It's because it's 1 a.m. Every day has been a very long day. But yeah, so I've been a broken person. I've been a broken person for years, but lately it's gotten to the point where I'm not able to do anything, and I can't even lie in bed and rest, because like, there's only so much you can do when you're lying in bed. I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed, just to get it all out what's in my head, and I'm feeling a little peculiar. But it's been getting to me. I also have this numbness in my right leg, my entire right leg, from a pinched sciatic nerve, probably. It's really tough to determine where nerve pain comes from, because your nerves are everywhere. But my entire right leg is numb, and it has been for a few weeks now, and it has not been easing up. And that, more than the back pain, has been driving me crazy, because the back pain comes and goes depending on position, on like if I'm in a good position, or if I have ice on it, or cold, or electric, or something on it. Like it eases up the pain. You're sitting in a good position. The numbness is constant. When I mean constant, I wake up with it and I go to sleep with it, and something like that wears away at you. And I am a person of very high pain tolerance. Like when I got my back surgery the first time in 2013, because I had the tumor cutting off my spinal cord, the doctor said, "I have no idea how you're still walking." I was in a lot of pain, but I was just going around doing my thing. I'm reaching that limit here, and not because of pain, but because it's constant. It's unending. It's a constant feeling of numbness and something wrong with my leg. and it's been wearing away at me, and that alone wouldn't bother me, but on top of the work I'm doing and the stress of videos and drawing and not having time and having to lay down, and the back pain, and a few other personal things are going on, things with my friends that I'm worried about. I've been having like daily panic attacks, and that's not good either. So yeah, so we decided that on the 3rd, when I go back for the PET scan, I'm going to get a CT scan, which will give us a better picture of the back than x-rays would. And on the 3rd, we're going to make a determination if, but probably when, the spinal surgery and the replacement of the rods and screws is going to be. So we knew that was coming. Two years ago, I got x-rays. In 2018, I got x-rays, and we saw that things were progressing the way they were. And we said, this is going to have to be replaced at some point, probably. We just wanted to make sure that it wasn't like it got a little loose and then stopped from there. But after successive x-rays over the past few years, we've seen that it's getting looser. And also the fact that I'm in a lot of pain right now. Constant pain. I can't lift things, I can't bend. Just being in this chair is painful. Being in any chair is painful, even like couches and recliners. Some are better than others, but like everything is painful. And it's not enough pain that I would just be on opioids all day or something to just numb it out. And I couldn't do that anyway. You can't live like that. I did that before I got the initial surgery. I was on constant mid-dose Percocet from a pain doctor before we realized that it was a tumor that was causing all this, and not just like a slip disc or something. And I just adapted to it, and I went to college on that. But it's not a way to live. So yeah, so we're gonna probably have the surgery. And so in the meantime, since Thursday, my mind was like, you know what? You have this rosy picture of how easy the surgery was because you're comparing it to all of the horrible, horrible things that happened to you during your chemo and immunotherapy and radiation and all that. The surgery wasn't a picnic, and it wasn't. It was a lot of pain afterwards. They stuck things in places where I would prefer things not be stuck. You wake up with that, and they have to get taken out when you're awake. And I'm not going to go into the icky, gory details, but the hospital stay isn't fun. Hopefully, it would only be like 3 or 4 days. They had me walking by the second and third day, which is amazing. But the recovery time is going to be 6 months. That I can't do like any lifting or any heavy work. I could still like drive and sit in chairs and stuff, but when you mess with the spine, it's a very long recovery. So I might still be able to do Let's Plays. Definitely not within like a few weeks or a month of the surgery. But I don't even know when the surgery is going to be. Normally, I'd be freaking out right now because we're coming up to MagFest time. And I'm like, I don't want this to mess with MagFest. But because it's 2020, MagFest isn't happening next year. So at least that's something I'm like, okay, I'm not missing that. And I'm sorry that I ruined MagFest for everyone just because I had to get surgery. But yeah, it might be that surgery won't happen until next year because, I don't know what the hospital policies right now are in terms of COVID and major surgery. Like, do I need to wait a certain amount of time to make sure I'm not sick, or do I need to take antibiotics and stuff beforehand so they wouldn't be able to do anything for me? When I had to get the abdominal surgery to get my primary tumors removed a few years ago, that was scheduled 3 days before the surgery. So I'm hoping that it will be a similarly short amount of time. I'm not really happy that my birthday present to myself this year is going to be spinal surgery, though. But yeah, anything that will possibly help me get better. The problem is that last time I had a lot of pain beforehand because I had a tumor pressing up against my spinal cord. So what the surgery did was the surgery immediately got rid of that pressure, and I woke up and I was sore as heck, and there was a lot of problems with adapting to, the surgery and everything. But it was instantly better than it was before because my spinal cord was no longer being crushed. Still have numbness in my legs for 7 years now because it not the same as the numbness I complained about before. Just my thighs are both no feeling because of the surgery. Just because nerve damage is nerve damage. But the last time it was a major problem, and this time they're just going to be replacing the hardware. So I don't even know if I'm going to have like a reprieve from pain, or a noticeable one anyway, because it'll just be not loose. So I don't think I'm going to feel better after the surgery. It's necessary, but I don't think it's going to make me particularly better. So this coming year is going to be very tough for me regardless. But we'll see next week when they decide that this surgery has to take place. But until then, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not starting any videos until I recover from the surgery. Like, I'm not starting any new series. I can't. Unless the surgery gets pushed off way in advance, or way down the line, and I could just record something small. But I can't get into any large projects like I wanted to. Patreon, I'm going to try to finish this month's Patreon stuff on time, but that's going to, it's going to be if I'm feeling well. I had ideas. I had ideas and projects ready, but man plans and God laughs, as I always say. If I don't get anything done by the 30th, then I'm going to halt payments for December. We're just going to start fresh in January, and I'm going to finish everything up in December. And all the November stuff I'll finish in December, like I did in April this year, I want to say. I remember I had a halt this year, I think it was. And I'm sorry that that's something that I had to do twice this year. But I'm probably going to halt December anyway. I wish I knew if we were having the surgery in December. I'd probably halt December anyway, just because, the surgery, I'm not going to be doing art. I have to sit at my computer for that because I need the computer screens. So it's very difficult for me to be in any position to draw that doesn't give me back pain. So yeah. So I apologize for everything. I apologize for inconsistency. I apologize if it seems like I'm distant lately, or I'm not responsive, or I'm short, or ignoring you, or anything. I'm at my mental limit with the everything here. I've been depressed for a while, like for the past month and a half at least. 2 months, probably 2 months. I've been depressed, but I've been able to stave it off with work. But the pain is just cutting straight through that, and the depression is leaking out, and I've just been feeling so worthless and helpless. Yeah, there's not much I can do right now except for wait. So I apologize that I've just not been a good person lately. But we'll see. We'll see what the future brings. I did some Patreon stuff this week. Did some art this week. What else happened this week? Paige's birthday, Luca's birthday. We're in birthday season right now, where like everybody's birthday is within a few weeks of each other, in like towards the end of November, beginning of December, mid-December. It's Brian's birthday today. Cyra's birthday, Luca's birthday. Someone else I'm missing. It was Nick's birthday on Tuesday. So yeah, lots of birthdays. And then today's Brian, and then John, Juan John, Lonely Days, myself, Sarah, Holly, everybody. Or Holy Hand Grenade. I say Holly all the time, I don't know why. So let's see, I did a Patreon piece for Futaba in like a winter outfit. I got that done this week. I also got, I didn't put it in here, I did a prize. This was a prize for what's it called? This was a prize for Pants on Head Week for Charlie Quap Tweeter, or Quap the Platinum one. It was Mithra from Pyra from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I also did an art for Lucajin of for her birthday of Jasper. So I did there's a Jasper. So those are all on Twitter, as always. To put this in a moment. I really like how they all came out, though. We'll see if I get anything done this week. What else happened this week? Yeah, Twitter introduced these fleets thing, which is just the Instagram stories. I hate it, and I'm just misusing it. Also, the stupidest thing is that if you like do a reaction on it, it sends a DM to the person, which is horrible, because now DMs are just going to get filled up. But also, the fleets are like Snapchat things, and that they delete after like 24 hours. So if you don't check your inbox in time, you just get a bunch of people with like saying things or hearts or whatever, and just a thing saying this fleet has been deleted. Like, or has, like, expired. It's like, you don't even know what the heck they're reacting to. It's so stupid. Let's see. I finished Samus Returns on the anniversary of Metroid Fusion's release, which is very fitting, I feel. They added stuff to Animal Crossing New Horizons. You can sit and stuff like that. So that's cool. The doctor's appointment. Art. I spent a lot of time on that Jasper piece. A bunch of days doing little bits and pieces. Just wanted to make it special. And I guess that's about it. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I'm sorry for lack of consistency. We had a Pokepark stream last week because my brother was playing. I don't necessarily know if I'm gonna have the energy to stream games myself for a while. It's just very taxing on me emotionally and physically. But if my brother wants to play stuff, I'll join him for that. Yeah, I appreciate everybody's patience with me. Again, I know that I've just not been doing things. I've been not talking, not doing anything, and I just can't. I physically and mentally can't. But I'm hoping in the future, we'll have time, work on things. 30 years old, and this is what I am. Almost 30 years old, and this is what I am. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.